Running back by committee is typically a phrase that fantasy football managers hate to hear. But when it comes to the Denver Broncos with Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay, they both actually might be worth drafting this year. Here to break it down, Chad Jensen, who covers the Broncos, and also SI's fantasy analyst, Frank Tadeo. Frank, let me go to you first. When it comes to the Broncos running backs, you have a problem drafting either one of these guys?
No, absolutely not. I do have, though, a slight lean towards Melvin Gordon. I do think that he's going to be the one that eventually takes over the lead role. And obviously, as we know, Bill, as a fantasy owner and a fantasy player, both of us, we look for those players that are going to get the goal line work. And I think that that's where the separation between the two players is really going to be seen, is inside the 5-yard line or inside the 10. The red zone work for Melvin Gordon will most likely exceed the work that we'll actually see the Denver Broncos give Phillip Lindsay. He's a little bit smaller to try to run in between the tackles. So I would envision, but both of these backs, Bill, right now, there are players that you're going to want to focus on, because this Denver Broncos offense in 2020, it's got potential, really. It's young, and it really has the potential, if Drew Lock is able to take the next step, to really put up some solid fantasy returns for fantasy owners, and then offering only middle round investment at this current time.
Chad, when it comes to the Broncos backfield, they gave Melvin Gordon a lot of money when they signed him. How do you see things shaking out between him and Lindsay?
I think Lindsay is going to maintain the nominal starter role, but when it comes down to snap share, he'll probably still edge out even in snap share. But from a touch perspective, you'll see Gordon get more receptions out of the backfield, and he'll definitely be the goal line vulture. Lindsay's going to break off a few big runs. That's what he is, that's his calling card. But it's going to be Gordon that fantasy owners can count on with those steady touchdowns when the Broncos drive inside the 5-yard line. But I think when it's all said and done and you look at these two from the box score perspective at the end of the season, statistically, they're going to be pretty close, with the exception of Gordon edging them out by touchdowns.
You can find out where we have Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay, and all the running back by committees in the NFL by checking out our custom rankings. Go to si.com/fantasy.